special way, similar to that of the classic Blair Witch Project. These films both show people at their most vulnerable, but in different settings. In the Blair Witch, it shows the protagonist crying and freaking out in the dark woods while the directors harass them without them knowing. We feel vulnerable because we see the genuine terror and confusion the characters are experiencing while being in such an unfamiliar environment. In Paranormal Activity, instead of putting the characters in a terrifying environment, they put them in the most relatable and safe one, their home. The filmmakers showed vulnerability by using the security-like footage to their advantage, by showing the main characters while they slept, which is when you feel safe yet are at your most vulnerable. Once a demonic presence is revealed, it is stressful to watch, because we know their determined demise is coming when they're at their most vulnerable. The cameras and found footage element can help the viewer predict the past and the future of the film. To help explain this, here's Sean Carroll on Laplace's Demon on episode 1352 of the Joe. Surveillance, low-budget filmmaking, and the found footage element / digital cameras create a digital simulacrum and, in turn, act like the computer from Laplace's Demon. There are so many subtle suggestions that something bad is going to happen, and had to happen, in order to create this movie. So we as the audience witness the past and the future simultaneously. With Paranormal Activity's use of found footage, we can see the past, which was a total of 1 weekend of shooting, bad /
Let me do my thing.
This movie being found footage can determine the future as well, which is the character's ultimate demise and a lot of profits for the filmmakers. Because when a found footage movie is made in the 21st century, two things are 100% guaranteed, and that is cliches and profits. Laplace's Demon can even work on a quantum level. Violence towards his family gradually builds to a crescendo when he goes on an axe-wielding killing spree. Mika does the same. While he starts by just trying to help his wife feel safer, he gradually spirals into insanity and anger towards Katie. Mika makes Katie come inside when they both think that there is supernatural stuff going on, and insistently films Katie even when she is actively freaking out. Mika's insanity and sinful tendencies towards his wife reaches its peak when Mika gets fully possessed by the demon and calls dinner this.
Anytime.
One of the darkest, most sinful things in humanity is unfaithfulness. And both The Shining and Paranormal Activity showcase their main characters partaking in the forbidden fruit. Jack from The Shining is often remembered for his violence towards his family. However, it is often overlooked that he was trying to have sexual intercourse with another woman. While Paranormal Activity takes this idea of a man being unfaithful to a whole other level, with Mika taking part in bestiality and has sex with the family dog. Truly sickening. Paranormal Activity is not an easy movie to watch. Something about it just feels wrong. It accentuates the feeling of vulnerability we all have, even when we think we may be at our most safe. Not only does this film use the unique security style of found footage to make the audience scared through vulnerability, but the idea of the shaky camera in relation to diegetic to non-diegetic dimensions of reality constantly changes the spectator's view and position on the world, questioning who the characters are and their motives. Paranormal Activity, which is inspired by true events, refuses to shy away from the cheese and the cliches of the found footage genre in order to let the audience experience the true horror of the deterministic universe we live in. Paranormal Activity, being a found footage film made in 2007, acts like the computer from Laplace's thought experiment by giving us all the information we would possibly need to know in order to show us the past and the future simultaneously. This found footage classic was willing to go even deeper than Kubrick's Opus by exploring the darkest, most sinful nature of humanity. These qualities overwhelmed the audience during the test screening in 2007, where they could no longer continue. I hope you completely understand now why people made the choice to leave the theater only halfway through this film.
Anytime.
And as always, thanks for watching.